Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subscribed. If you are, if you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening to this on YouTube while you're at it, hit that like button. It's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. We just want to go ahead and brighten up the place. And let's get into this podversation / reality chat. Man, when I tell you, I don't know how many phone conversations the vlogger, the original straightnochaser, has had with Arionne, but listen, apparently Arionne, she messed with the wrong one, because this girl has said so many things that has implicated her and that has implicated Hotel, better known as her baby wipe, because when I listened to this last conversation, which in my personal opinion has been one of the clearest, because the others, I really kind of was listening in passing and doing other things. And because it wasn't the clearest, plus she had her branding on the top of it, which I understand because people will try to steal your content. I couldn't really understand a lot of things that were being said, because Arionne isn't the brightest bulb in the box. And sometimes some of the things that she says, just being honest, it kind of sounds a little bit like she has a speech impediment. So it isn't the clearest. And so this one was one of the clearest. And when I tell you the things that were said, this girl clearly does not get it. She says that she's tired of being used. She's tired of being used. And she's the one that could shut all of this down. But she won't, because like the original straightnochaser's title for the video that she put out, which is the audio of the phone conversation, she calls her Martell's forever mistress. So essentially that's what she is. She will be his forever mistress because she continues to allow this butthole to use her, so that she can get her butthole wiped by his tongue, which is why I call him Arionne's baby wipe, because that's what she had been online bragging about for so long, talking about how he eats it and licks it like a champ. So yeah, he must be a baby wipe because she is a big baby. This is absolutely ridiculous. She says she's been bullied for 5 years, but she caused all of this on herself. She started it by just being so brazen and bold, and I will never forget it. This was actually before the sit-down interview that she had with Tasha K. I remember when Funky Dineva was reviewing the show back in the day, and I remember when he talked about how the person that has been sleeping with Melody's then husband, that information was sent to him. He said, I'm not putting it out there. And then a little while, not long after he said that the chick reached out to him. So she's been wanting attention. So she was gladly there to do the sit-down interview with Tasha K, which I said years ago, and I still stand on this day, that he put her up to that because she was just standing 10 toes down for him, defending him, and blasting everybody else. And that was just a mission to make Melody look bad. That's all that was. And that's why I said, and I still say, that I believe that he was the one that put her up to that, because he wasn't marrying her. He wasn't in a relationship with her. It wasn't like, okay, once Melody decided she didn't want that anymore, that he was all on that. He still was doing his own thing, but still screwing her because she allowed him to. So again, she could shut all of this down, but she continues to be used, but claims that she's tired of being used by Martell. Is absolutely ridiculous. And she claims that she knows a lot about Melody. But really, do you? Because what is real? Do you really believe that he has been telling you the truth about anything? He is a pathological liar. Like literally, he's a pathological liar. So she claimed in the conversation with the original straight no chaser that she knows a lot. But really, do you? Do you really know a lot? You really don't. And that's the sad part. She claims that she knows a lot, but she really, really doesn't. Because he's not honest with her about himself. And he's not honest with her definitely about Melody. And so she says that she never publicly bashed Melody. Like, are you kidding? That's all that she's been doing. She's been calling Melody stupid. She's been saying so many negative things about Melody, but had the nerve to say that she's never bashed her publicly. She didn't say I never bashed her. She said I never bashed her publicly. So maybe she thinks that the lives that she was doing were on a private setting. Like, what are you talking about? So when she said that, but she continues to protect Martell, and he wants her to protect him. That's what he wants. So he says whatever he says to her, and I guess he does a few things to appease her, to keep her in his corner, because he needs her in that way. He needs that crutch, and she is his crutch. So the fact that she said that she knows a lot, but then also said that she knows that he tells his side, but she doesn't speak to Mel, so all she has to go by is what he's saying. And she's so angry. She's so angry with Carson, who, by the way, was in the last episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, by the way. She speaks about Carson so much and how she's just a stripper and how she was talking negatively about the people on the cast and calling them old and just, saying if Melody only knew, I honestly don't believe Melody even cares, because she's not looking for friendship in this person. It hasn't been like they've linked up. She basically came out after Carson came out to respond to, I guess, the negativity that she felt like she was receiving on social media, to say, look, I was friendly with Arionne at one point, but once she revealed this plot that she and Martell had, I separated myself from her. So she was basically just coming out to respond to people who felt like she was being fake and that she weaseled her way on the show. And in all actuality, she is connected to Arionne. So those people who call themselves millimeters and those people who call themselves like ride or dies, true, I guess, investigators, so to speak, of the things that are going on the show, to, in a sense, I guess, try to protect Melody. They were the ones that were investigating, and they saw that there was a connection that she had, because she showed up to Melody's tea party with Letitia. And a lot of people feel that Letitia really does not have good intentions towards Melody due to jealousy and other factors. Clearly, they will never be friends. Clearly. So, especially when you saw the last season's reunion and how Letitia called Melody, she is the true definition of the devil in sheep's clothing, which that was a new one for me, because I've always heard of a wolf in sheep's clothing, not a devil in sheep's clothing. But either way, that's what Letitia said. And we know that she's special. And I'm just going to leave it there. So, yeah, a lot of people were doing their investigating. And when they found out that Arionne had a connection to someone who was on the show, and by the way, that person was in a scene as a guest of Letitia, a lot of people were looking out for her. So Carson came out to respond to those people who were calling things out, and she was letting them know, look, I am not connected to Arionne, and by the way, this is why I'm not. So that's when these things started to come out about the plot, and in turn, Melody responded to that to confirm that that indeed was a real thing. It was true. So in my personal opinion, I'm not saying that Carson is blameless or that she wasn't wanting to be on the show. Like, a lot of people want to be on these shows if they can get some exposure and it'll help to grow their platforms in some way. So I'm not saying that she didn't want to be on the show, but in my personal opinion, I do believe that Arionne is absolutely 100% jealous of Carson, because she's always been talking about the show because she wants to be on the show. And the fact that this girl was able to get on the show before she was able to get on the show, she's mad, and she will always be mad at her for that. So that's why she's calling her just a stupid stripper, and she's dumb, and just trying to berate her character and make this young woman be like, she's trash. I don't wear wigs. Why would I follow her? Why would I do this? Why would I do that? Well, I don't believe that Carson was lying about anything that she said about Arionne, and the conversations and inbox messages or whatever that they've had amongst each other, between each other, about that situation. So I do believe that Carson separated herself from Arionne when it came to that. I don't know if Carson said anything negative about Melody or anybody on the cast to her. It's possible that she did. It is possible that she did. So I'm not here to stand up for her or anything like that where that is concerned. What matters is the fact that Arionne and Martell had planned to do something devious to expose Melody. And Arionne even admitted, she said that she didn't put it out because he was in it. And if he wasn't in it, she would have done it already. So she implicates herself basically saying that, yeah, I was going to put it out, but the reason that it didn't come out is because he was in it. And she kept yelling, if I wanted y'all to see Melody sucking bleep, you would see it. You would see it. If I wanted y'all to see her sucking bleep, y'all would see it. So the fact that she's even saying that is just so disgusting. It just goes, who knows how many times she's seen it. So she's admitting to whatever level, I don't know if it's a misdemeanor or a felony, but she's admitting to a crime because she's basically admitting that, yeah, I saw it. I got it. So she's implicated him and her, and I really, really, I truly believe that she is, but I really hope that Melody has her people following the original Straight No Chaser, and they have all of this content. Who knows? She may have already received a subpoena at this point in time that we just don't know about, because this is absolutely crazy. So the vlogger said that she needs to blast Martell, but she's never going to do it. She's never going to do it. She could shut all of this down again, but she won't. She needs to just separate herself. And the fact that she's sitting there and having a conversation with this blogger about all of this stuff just goes to show you that she won't separate herself, because she's still with him, so to speak. We know that they're not in a committed relationship because he won't commit. It's not because she doesn't want to. He won't commit. She needs to be committed, but he won't commit. And so when she says that she's just not some regular bitch, we have a child together. Yeah, you are just a regular. You are, clearly. You're very regular. But she thinks that having a child with him gives her some leverage, and she just hasn't figured it out yet. That, yeah, you really are regular. You're nothing. It means nothing to him that you have a child, or allegedly children, with him, because it's alleged that she had another baby with him. I don't know if that's true. Until I see that she's put it out there, I'm not going to believe it, because I just don't know. And honestly, I don't really care. But she's yelling that if she wanted us to see Melody doing that we would all see it. She's like crazy yelling at her about that. But you know what what struck me, and it doesn't really matter because people have the right to feel however they want to feel about somebody, whether it's right or wrong. But when the vlogger said that Melody isn't perfect, I don't really think that most people believe that Melody is perfect. There are some people that may feel that way, but even if she isn't perfect, what does that have to do with this? I still don't understand that. But again, what do I know? I don't know the history with her and any of the people on the cast, or her history with her doing reviews of the show, whatever. So who knows? I really have no idea. But when she said that to Arionne, I don't know if she said that because she believed it, or if she said that because she was trying to make Arionne feel even more comfortable to spill the tea, so to speak, with her by saying, well, yeah, Melody isn't perfect. You know, people need to know that she isn't perfect. Because if Arionne didn't believe that the vlogger felt that way, she more likely than not would not have felt comfortable with saying all of the things that she said to her. So I'm just going to chalk it up to maybe that was her way of making her put her guard down a bit more, to spill more tea so that she could get all of this good evidence. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it evidence, Exhibit A through Exhibit Z, because she's sharing a lot. But she just keeps saying, ooh, Martell, ooh, Martell, ooh, Martell. Like, girl, we don't want to hear what it sounds like when you're having sex with this creep. So, like, why, why are you saying that? She just does not get it that she has been used so much so that she could just easily just cut this off. It really isn't that hard. What is she gaining from this? A possible criminal record? By continuing to be with this man? Let him be the broke baby daddy that he is. Put him on child support so he can go and get a job. Because I don't know how much Carlos King is paying, but I don't think he's paying that much over there on the OWN network. I'm just being real. So when she was saying that, it's like, girl, it's like you're holding on to something that isn't serving you. Who's your mentors? Who are your parents? Like, who guides you? Who directs you? I get it. She's not a child, but she really acts as if she is one. And she really needs some real, true, genuine guidance, because she clearly hasn't gotten that. It's just so ridiculous at this point. So when the blogger said that Melody and Carson want her attention, no, that's not true. That's not true at all. Melody could care less about having attention from Arionne, I'm quite sure. Because if that's what she wanted, don't you think that she would have been responding to things over the years? She finally got fed up and released some tension. It's like most people get to the point where it's like enough is enough. But wanting her attention, no. She's responded to things that she has said and done. Carson wanting her attention, I don't think that she wants Arionne's attention, to be honest with you. I really truly believe that initially what she put out was in response to people on social media who are fans of the show and fans of Melody coming at her to connect her to Arionne, because they felt like she was on the show for a nefarious reason. And so they were calling that out by responding to her. And in turn, Carson responded to say, no, really, this is what's going on. And I'm not her friend. I'm not connected to her. And this is why. So them wanting Arionne's attention, I really feel that they could care less about her attention. But Carson, of course, has responded more to Arionne than Melody has. So none of them want her attention. They really just want her to drop dead, to be honest with you. That's how I feel. But, you know, she says Tisha knew that Carson was connected to Arionne. I can believe it. I definitely can believe that. I'm not even going to go into detail about that, because I saw the mid-season trailer for the rest of the season that's going to be starting up in September. And child, when I tell you, I saw Kiki throw that drink in Tisha's face with so much force behind it. Listen, I reacted in a way that I wasn't even expecting, because listen, I'm not saying that I like stuff like that, but I do believe that Tisha tries to come across as this innocent person when she really isn't, and I'm just not here for it. I'm not here for that at all. And so when Arionne is laughing like it's funny when the blogger is just trying to, talk to her and really give her some guidance and some wisdom, and she's laughing like it's funny, it's like, yeah, this girl, she clearly doesn't get it. And when she says that the show is about her, she's absolutely delusional. She is still thinking that Love and Marriage Huntsville is about her. Unfortunately, she was a large factor in one of the marriages on the show, and the show was about their life, but the show was not about her. So the fact that she's saying that, clearly there are many screws loose up there. So when she mentioned that Melody, mind you, put this out, I said, what in the world is she talking about? She actually tried to spin it and claim that Melody put this out. How could Melody put that out when your baby wipe is the one that had it? How could she put it out when he's the one that had it, and also sent Melody a screenshot, and he admitted in an interview that he sent her a screenshot from it and pretty much threatened her to say, stop, quote unquote, bullying me on social media, or this is what's going to happen. This is going to be out. And Melody responded to him in the stories, talking about revenge porn. So she had the nerve to try to claim that Melody was the one that put this out. I said, yeah, this girl is off. She is gone. She's gone. And then ironically, she says, the blogger, she said to her that she needs to be careful. Again, trying to warn her. So you need to be careful, because what he's attempting is considered a misdemeanor. And at that point, she's like, yeah, I'm going to call you back. So she clearly does not want to listen to sound advice, wisdom, people trying to help her. She could shut all of this down. She's all in the beginning of this call. I'm tired. Nay, I'm so tired. I'm tired of Martell using me. But you allow him to. She could shut all of it down, but she refuses. Because why? She refuses to seek the help that she so desperately needs. She really does need help. She really does. She needs spiritual help. She needs clinical help. She needs psychological help. She really does, but she refuses to seek the help that she needs to rid herself of this cancer, because he is a cancer. And so that's why people don't feel sorry for her. Nobody's bullying her. No one bullied her on social media. She claimed that she had been bullied for the past 5 years. No one's bullied her. All of this stuff she's caused on herself. And she refuses to shut it down by just allowing him to be the broke baby daddy that he is and take care of the kid or kids, allegedly, that they have together. But no, she wants to try to throw stuff up in Melody's face and trying to insult Melody by saying that we're having family time, we're with our 5 kids, trying to get under Melody's skin, talking about Melody's children that she gave birth to, the 4 children that she gave birth to. Listen, if Melody isn't working on getting some things adjusted, because I don't believe that she should be allowed to be around Melody's children. I've heard that they may be married. I don't believe that they are. But if they're not married, she should not be allowed to be around Melody's children, because the chick is off. She's crazy, and I wouldn't trust her being around my kids because I believe that she, in essence, is dangerous as well. I don't put anything past her, or anyone for that matter, who doesn't like the mother of the children. Why would she be kind to those children? You have a dark heart. So guys, I just wanted to talk about that because when I heard these things that were being said, I just was sitting there shaking my head. I was like, I can't believe she's actually saying these things right now. But I'm glad that the vlogger exposed it and put it out there, because I guess she's putting it out there to respond to Arionne, because I believe Arionne tried to claim that she lied and finessed the vlogger. And it's like, oh yeah, really? Well, let me show the people how much you allegedly finessed me. So, yeah, kudos to you for getting all that content, getting a lot of people to hear this chick implicate herself and Martell. And I think the majority of people would love to see the next steps of them being put in some handcuffs and being in a courtroom, being tried and being sentenced, because this is absolutely ridiculous to have this much hatred and envy in your heart for someone that has done absolutely nothing to you, and for a hotel to have this much hatred and envy in his heart for someone that made a vow to him at one point in time in marriage to love, honor, respect, protect, care for in sickness and in health. It's just horrible to see that this is how you are. But this is who he is. This is his lack of character. This is that narcissist that we've all seen, the sociopath, psychopath. I just believe that he falls under all of those categories and then some. But she won't even try to save herself. She is delusional, and she refuses to shut it down when she has the power to do so. Girl, take your power back, be silent, get off social media, and get some help. But listen, she'll probably wind up being one of those people that looks back before they know it. They're turning 45, 50, even 60 for that matter, and they haven't done much with their life because they have wasted it on things and people that didn't deserve it. And that's what I see her as. So guys, you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I just wanted to keep it kind of brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.